Hey guys, it's Vanessa. Welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to talk about surgery, my Cushing surgery to remove the tumor, the adrenalectomy. Alright, I've been getting emails since like before about people saying that they're scared of getting surgery. They got diagnosed for Cushing's, but they don't want to get surgery for it, and they kind of want to refuse getting surgery. And I mean, I can't imagine ever feeling that way, because like when I found out I had a tumor, I was like, it's gotta get out of me. I'm not afraid of surgery. Maybe it's because I have like a high pain threshold. Like, I like tattoos. I like doing crazy things like roller coasters, and like that's just like nothing to me. And so, yeah, so once I got diagnosed, my doctor pointed me towards, the financial assistance program in my county, and I connected with them. I applied and they approved me because I was a student. So, like in a month or so, I met up with the doctors there, the endocrinologist there, and they already knew about my case because they talked to my doctor, my previous endo, and they basically just explained to me everything about the surgery and what would happen. And I got to meet the surgeon, and he was a very nice guy. He did like a fellowship in, like, I forgot if it's Africa or Australia or something, but he specializes in just Cushing's surgeries. So, it was really cool to meet him. Like, he knew exactly what I was going through. Everybody kind of knew how I felt, and they told me, like, it's okay to be depressed, honey. They just reassured me that it's okay. And it made me feel good because I mean, they didn't have it, but at least they understood the disease because they've met people who did. And so I was put on a wait list for 3 months before surgery, and I just felt like that was a really long time, and I went a little crazy during that time, but I had to comfort myself and tell myself, like, this is temporary, it's gonna get better, it's okay that you're sick right now. I was just, told myself to trust the process and just be more patient with everything, with life and myself. And it just sucks to see yourself every day and like feel that way, look at yourself and look that way too. And yeah, it wasn't easy. So luckily one day I had a phone call from my surgeon, and he called me and he's like, hey, guess what, I think it was a month into me waiting before my surgery, and he's like, hey, guess what, somebody canceled their surgery today, so how about I just take you in today? And I'm like, really? Like, that was just a freaking miracle, and I mean, miracles over miracles, like getting diagnosed and then getting surgery faster. And I was just excited. Like, I remember just like jumping for joy. Like, I ran outside like with no shoes on, like jumping around, like so happy and excited. And I think he took me that following morning. Okay, it wasn't that day, but it was like super early in the morning. Like, that day he called me like around afternoon, noon time, and then he told me, like, oh, you're gonna get surgery tomorrow, so be here like by like 4 a.m. or whatever. And I was like, okay, I'll be prepared. And he just explained to me what I needed to do: take a shower, a really clean shower, and scrub myself tonight, and then the next morning do it again before surgery. The day of the surgery was kind of a blur. Trying to remember how I got there. I think I got there and I was in the waiting room, and then for like maybe 30 minutes, and then the nurses came and took me. I think I filled out some forms, and then I saw the surgeon, and he was just explaining to me that what they're gonna do. They're gonna they didn't have like the state-of-the-art new stuff at the place where the hospital where I was getting my surgery, and which was fine with me. I didn't care. But he's like, nowadays, like, people come like poke the holes through your back with a little camera. They poke like 4 holes, right, in your back, and they put a little camera there, and then they find the tumor, and they just the adrenal gland, and they just cut it out. But since the hospital wasn't as updated, they had the stuff needed, but I would have to get the holes cut on my stomach instead of my back, which would leave like a little scar. And I still have the scars here if you guys want to see it. I'll show you at the end of the video. So where was I? yeah, so he explained to me everything, and I was like, let's go, let's do this. So, they just like dressed me up, and they put the little like medical dress on me, and then I think I had to pee or whatever, so then like the doctors let me go pee. And then I got back onto the bed, and then like all of like the IV guy would come in and talk to me. The morphine guy, the not morphine, anesthesia guy, girl, came in and talked to me about what they're doing to me. I just signed off a bunch of papers with each person. The nurses told me who they were, introduced me to them, introduced themselves to me, and that's basically it. And then the guy who gave me the anesthesia, I remember him coming back, and he's just like, okay, well, I'm gonna stick the anesthesia in you, and you're gonna feel really good in a second. I don't know if it was anesthesia or something to put me to sleep. And then he's like, you're gonna be feeling really good. And I'm like, okay. I was shaking. I was so scared, but I was really shaking, okay. And just having like that extra steroids inside of you, oh my gosh, I was just like. Then so he stuck me, and then I just felt like the world was melting away. Like, I felt good. And I just remember them rolling me in, and that was it. Okay. I remember them rolling me in, and I saw people all surrounding me, like they were like putting their gloves on or whatever. Okay. And then I went to sleep. Then I woke up really scared. That's when they already pumped a lot of the hydrocortisone and steroids inside of me, so I won't go into shock from not having any, from not producing any. And they put a lot in me because I felt like I was just high. And I was in the hospital for 3 days. Not only that, but I developed a complication where I couldn't like fully like dispel my urine because the catheter they stuck in me was too big, and it like caused a lot of irritation, and I couldn't pee. Okay, I couldn't pee for like a day, and I kept telling the nurse, like, nurse, I can't pee, and she just kept ignoring me. Like, there was this young nurse, and she just like thought I was so annoying. I kept telling her I really need to pee, but I can't, and she just didn't know what I was doing. Like, I think she was one of those like trainee nurses before she finishes nursing school or something. She was there, and then eventually she talks to the head nurse, and the head nurse is like, oh my god, like her urethra is like irritated from the catheter, and that's why she can't pee. So then they had to do a straight cath on me. And if you guys don't know what that is, it's when they stick the a long straw inside of your parts into your urethra, and then like the pee just comes out. Okay. And I'm just telling you this, I know it's nasty, so full disclosure here. It was so bad. Like, the lady, like, they surrounded me, and like the lady was trying to poke me, and she just couldn't get it. Okay. And then like a male nurse came in, and he's like, oh, never mind. And like, it was just so embarrassing. They were all around like trying to figure it out, trying to poke me down there, and I was naked, and I was like high on like all the steroids, and I was just really uncomfortable. Like, I just got out of surgery, like a day ago, and like they're just poking me, and I haven't peed for like a day. It was just so uncomfortable. I hated it. And basically they called in another nurse, and she knew what she was doing, because she just like stuck it in, and it just all came out. And let me tell you, I emptied out like 2 gallons, okay. Like, I overflowed the bucket, and it just kept going and going and going. And then like that other nurse, like the one that was ignoring me and like giving me a hard time, annoyed of me, she was just like, oh my god, I'm sorry, I didn't know that you had all, like, you couldn't pee like that. I'm like, I've been telling you for a day. So that was just like really messed up. And like, I still suffer from like UTIs and IC, interstitial cystitis, is like the bladder wall. Like, it's like so thin that like I have trouble eating like spicy foods, sugar, almost everything. Okay. Like alcohol, I can't have alcohol, like in like moderation, which I don't even drink anymore, because when I drink I feel it. So, and if I do, I have to take like baking soda or pre-leaf to make myself feel better before like some kind of like really acidic meal. I can't even have tomatoes, okay? Like, that sucks, because I love like tomato basil soup and spaghetti. But besides the point, so that just like made me go crazy. And then on top of that, just like looking in the mirror, I got puffier, Okay, after surgery, I got way puffier because, you know, water retention, extra steroids being inside my body. So I was so upset, and I just looked at myself and I'm like, oh my God, like I got worse. And I was just really upset. Not only that, but they had a policy where like your family members can only come at a certain time, and like no one was there with me at night, and I was really scared. And like the lady who was next to me, I shared rooms with her people, okay, with just like a curtain, you know. I shared rooms with like two other people, and there was just curtains blocking us. And the lady next to me, like, she would talk in her sleep, and she would like moan and groan and start like chanting, like praying, like it was really scary. She was chanting a lot at night. And there was a time that she had like really bad diarrhea too. Sorry, TMI, but you know, this is real stuff that happened. And she had diarrhea like on the bedpan, and she had like, it was just, it stunk up the whole room. Like the whole night I could not sleep, okay, because she was chanting, and then like, the smell of her stuff. But okay, it just drove me insane. Like I couldn't even sleep, okay, I couldn't even sleep because I had insomnia from all the steroids that was in me. So I did not sleep at all. I was just shaking, just ready to go home, but they wouldn't let me home until I could actually pee by myself, and I could not pee by myself. Okay, like I tried, but it would not come out because my urethra was so messed up, like, you know, from the catheter and from holding my piss in for that long because of that fucking nurse. Like whoever you are, like you're messed up. But I remember her name was Nurse Jordan, I think, or Taylor, something like that. I think Jordan is the bully that bullied me back in kindergarten, and I have a funnier story about her too. Like she took my blood one time. But anyways, yes, my old bully from like kindergarten, she became like a phlebotomist. I can't say the name, but she took my blood before. I ran into her and she remembered me too. But besides the story, so I was just ready to go home. I didn't sleep. I, you know, had to be next to this crazy lady who kept like chanting and scaring me at night. Like she was just like, oh Jesus, save me. It was just so bad. Like I don't want to like sound mean or anything, but yeah. And I was just scared. And they would come in every like a few hours to take my blood every day, you know. And like I'm not trying to tell you this story to scare you, because getting the surgery was the best thing that I could have ever done. Like it was one of the best things I could have ever done, and I'm so glad to get the surgery, and I'll do it all over again if I have to. You know, it's not that big of a deal. I would be a lot stronger now because I know how things are, and it's not a big deal. Surgery is not a big deal, guys. If it's good for you, if you need it, it's better to have surgery and go through that and then live like, and live a normal, as you know, a new normal, like you're normal now. And your new normal now. Oh my God, I just can't even talk right now. I'm a little flustered just thinking about that few days that happened. But eventually I had a breakdown the last day when the doctors were like, oh well, if you can like dispel all of your urine, then we'll let you go home today. So they kept me for an extra day because I couldn't pee. And then like this guy came in and he kept trying to take my blood, but he couldn't get a vein, and he kept poking me, like I swear to God, like 5 times. And I was just like, I've had enough. Like people kept poking me nonstop every freaking hour, and I just can't even deal with it anymore. I haven't slept, you know. I just wanted to go home so bad, and I just like screamed like, stop it. And then guy's like, okay, sorry. Like, come on, if you can't get me at like the 3rd poke, then just like go ask somebody else to come poke me. So he had like this big old needle, and I had really small like dainty veins, right? One delicate veins. But so he had this big needle, and he was trying to poke me, and nothing came out. So that's when he asked for the other lady to go do it, and then she took like a small tiny butterfly needle, and she got the blood out. So now whenever I take my blood, I always ask them to use the small butterfly needle. But finally they got a good blood draw. They said everything was looking good. I like forced myself so much to pee. Like I forced that pee out, you know. I was like, I don't freaking care. Like, and like a little bit would come out, but I still had a lot of like urine in my stomach when they would do the scans. So eventually, like in a few hours, like I started to pee a little bit more. Like my bladder, urethra got stronger again, and then I finally did it, even though like I still had like water there, and I still had trouble for the next like 3 weeks, like peeing. Like I would feel like I couldn't get all of it out, and it just sucked. But you know, I don't think that's like a rare case, and it really doesn't happen to a lot of people. It just happened to me. Aside from that, and it's because I went to like one of those, I went through the financial assistance program, so I was at like a lower cost hospital, and that's how it was. Like, treatment was a little bit different there than, you know, going to like Methodist or, you know, Memorial Hermann or something like that. But that's my story. When I got home, I felt so much better, and I really want to talk about recovery and like talk about when things started to improve, my symptoms started to improve, and yeah, so that would be probably my next video. And as promised, I'll show you guys the scars I have for my... As you can see, they've gotten a lot better. My belly button, I've been laying here. But that's my scars. It used to be like this big, this one right here, from the surgery, but it shrunk. And this, but this one's basically gone. This one's barely there, and this one's tiny, and then this one's just, it's still there, but it's so small. And it keeps shrinking, so I've gotten a lot better. Thank you guys for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe to me if you would like to see more videos and content I put out, and also share this video if you found it helpful, you know? Alright then, thanks for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.